It was love at first sight. She had no idea that just by taking this one class, her life would completely change. But what happened to her after that class was something she could never have imagined. As a kid, she always felt like she didn't belong. When she looked around, all she saw were other kids playing outside while she stayed home alone. Her parents had pushed her to become a top student, forcing her to study all day and night, so that she could get into the best university. Because of that, she never learned how to socialize. She liked sports when she was younger, but then it became more important to focus on her grades than anything else. As time passed by, she started to feel like exercise was a waste of time. Now, at 24 years old, she barely knew how to do anything. She felt like she wasn't good enough and that she couldn't do anything right, and because of that, she was very insecure about herself. But everything changed when she stumbled upon a flyer for a free yoga class at the local gym. On her way home from work, she decided to check it out. She had no idea that this moment was going to be the turning point of her entire life. The building looked just like any other regular gym, but when she entered, she noticed that it was full of friendly faces. She could see women of all ages talking to each other while doing yoga. Some were beginners and some seemed really advanced. But they were all united by their common goal of improving themselves. At first, she hesitated to join them, but something kept telling her that she needed to take the leap. She signed up for the class and waited nervously for it to begin. When the instructor arrived, he greeted everyone with a warm smile and explained that the class was open to all levels. As the first few minutes went by, she could feel her anxiety slowly fading away. The instructor's words echoed in her ears. Yoga is not about touching your toes, it's about what it does for you mentally. His words resonated deep within her soul, reminding her that this journey was not just about physical fitness, but also about confronting her inner demons. As she took a deep breath and exhaled, she closed her eyes and focused on the present moment. In that quiet space, she found a sense of calm that she had never experienced before. For the first time in a long time, she felt truly relaxed. Over the next hour, she followed along with the other students, moving from pose to pose. Each movement was like a small victory, pushing her further and further out of her comfort zone. She could feel her body becoming stronger with each inhale and exhale. When the class ended, she felt a sense of accomplishment wash over her. She had done something that she never thought possible. As she stood up, she noticed that her body was shaking slightly. It was a mixture of fatigue and excitement. This feeling was new to her, and she couldn't help but smile. From that day forward, she knew that she had found something special. She returned to the gym every week, eager to improve her skills and challenge herself. With each visit, she felt a sense of belonging grow within her. The gym became more than just a place to exercise. It was a community, a family where she was accepted for who she was. Months went by, and she could see the changes not only in her body, but also in her mind. The yoga practice had helped her to find a balance between strength and flexibility, both physically and mentally. She was becoming stronger and more confident with each passing day. One day, as she was practicing, she noticed a group of people staring at her. At first, she felt self-conscious and wanted to stop, but then she remembered the words of the instructor. Don't let anyone make you feel bad for taking care of yourself. With newfound confidence, she continued her workout, ignoring the whispers of others. As the weeks went by, she began to notice a change in the way people treated her. They no longer stared or whispered behind her back. Instead, they greeted her with respect and admiration. She had worked hard to become stronger and more confident, and it showed. One day, she was approached by one of the women from the class. I can't believe how much you've improved, she said with a big smile. You're an inspiration to me. She blushed and smiled back. She had never thought that she could inspire anyone, but it felt good to know that her hard work had paid off. As the months passed, she continued to grow and evolve both on and off the mat. The gym became her sanctuary, a place where she could escape from the stress of everyday life and focus on herself. One day, she received an invitation to participate in a yoga competition. She had never competed before, but she knew that this was a chance to push herself even further. With the support of her newfound friends and the encouragement of the instructor, she decided to take the plunge. As the day of the competition approached, she trained harder than ever before. She wanted to make her community proud. When the day finally arrived, she was nervous but excited. As she stepped onto the mat, she could hear the cheers of the crowd. She performed each pose with grace and precision, channeling the strength and flexibility that she had developed over the past year. When she finished, she heard a roar of applause. She had done it. As the results were announced, her name was called. She had won. She couldn't believe it. She had never felt so accomplished in her life. As she stood on the podium, holding the first place trophy, she knew that this was just the beginning. She continued to compete, winning many more trophies and medals. But for her, the real victory was the transformation that she had undergone. She had gone from being a shy, insecure young woman to a strong, confident young adult. And it all started with one class. As she looked back on her journey, she realized that it hadn't been easy. There had been times when she wanted to give up. But she had pushed through the pain and discomfort, and it had made her stronger. Now, at 26 years old, she was a completely different person. She was confident, happy, and at peace with herself. She had found her passion in yoga, and she was determined to share it with the world. She decided to become a yoga instructor herself, wanting to help others experience the same transformation that she had. She knew that it wouldn't be easy, but she was ready for the challenge. With the support of her friends and family, she enrolled in a yoga teacher training program. She studied diligently, learning everything she could about yoga and its many benefits. When she graduated, she was certified and ready to begin her new journey. She started teaching classes at the same gym where she had first learned yoga. At first, she was nervous, but as she watched her students improve and grow, she knew that she had found her calling. Years went by and she became a renowned yoga instructor, known for her unique teaching style and ability to connect with her students. She had helped countless people transform their lives through yoga. Looking back on her journey, she couldn't believe how far she had come. From being a shy, insecure young woman to becoming a confident, successful yoga instructor, it had been an incredible ride. And it all started with one class. Hey, we hope you enjoyed this story. If you did, please subscribe to our channel for more inspiring content. Also, if you have a story that you'd like to share with us, please send it to us through the provided email. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.